How's it going, everybody? We are back. This is going to be bird hunting tips number 3. We got everything all lined up here. Teach you boys a little more about bird hunting. Okay. And we're still going to be talking about, lots about the dogs, okay? Okay. I want to ask you one thing here. What kind of toys are your dogs playing with? Okay, well, they can't be playing with them toys, okay? The only toys I want your dog playing with, and this is only for playtime, okay? When they're 5 and 6, you can do whatever. When they know, they can do whatever. It's like a kid in college, okay? You don't want him going out getting hammered, pounding girls. You don't want that. You want him learning what's in college. When he gets out of college and he's got his job, he can do whatever he wants, correct? Correct. Hang on. What happened here? Hang on, there he is. There he is. He's a little pissed off at me because I didn't have him on there, right? Anyways, we're back with my buddy Pheasant, okay? Now, what kind of toys are your dog going to be playing with? Okay, sticks. They're allowed to play with sticks only when it's playtime. Does this make sense to everybody? They can only play with dogs. They can only play with sticks when it's playtime. That's the only time they can play, okay? When do we have playtime, Rob? You have playtime probably once a day. You want to have playtime for even just a half an hour to have playtime. And if you can't do it, make sure you get out every couple days and have a little bit longer playtime, like an hour, okay? You say, well, I play with the tennis ball. I got my dog fetching tennis balls and stuff. That's okay. Not really, though, okay? What color is that tennis ball? That tennis ball is bright, bright green. Okay, well, he can see that tennis ball from a mile away. And just like these other guys in Expert Village, he's throwing around big, huge white decoys out in the grass that's this long. How's your dog going to learn how to smell better? Never. Never. Okay? You want to teach your dog how to smell better. Okay? Because then when you get out there, he will not miss a bird. Because half the time he's going to be out there tracking pheasant, smelling for ducks that are wounded, okay? He's going to need to be using his nose, okay? He knows the smell of his ball. He knows if he's gotten that stick once in his mouth, he knows the smell. Don't worry about the color, okay? Just keep throwing that stuff out there, okay? Your dog will eventually get a hang of all this stuff, and it'll make lots of sense to him, okay? Also, once a day, if not 2-3 times a day, as much time as you want, okay? Just you do this. Don't let your kids do it or nothing. See, another thing though, kids automatically do this, so that's okay. Okay? Kids are a lot closer to God than you think. They're a lot smarter when it comes spiritually and connected with animals and stuff like that. We get that bred out of us when we get older. So when we get older, we think we got to yell, sit. If he doesn't listen, sit. And we don't understand. Okay? But kids, they get it. A lot of times you'll realize that your dog listens to your kids more than it listens to you. I'll explain that in a second, okay? So he can only play with sticks. I don't care how big it is, okay? And if you let him outside and he's grabbing sticks and whatever right away, you let that. That's natural. You let him retrieve. You let him do that in the house, okay? You don't want him grabbing nothing because then he starts grabbing shoes, then he starts grabbing this, then he starts grabbing that, then he's on the counter grabbing chicken, okay? So anyways, when you let him outside, you let him grab whatever he wants. He's going to grab the toy he thinks he likes best. Okay, so he'll probably end up grabbing a stick or something or whatever. So when you get outside, okay, you let him grab what he wants. You get by the river or whatever, you want to throw some stuff. Don't bring up the tennis ball right away. Let him get what he wants. This is playtime, okay? They want to retrieve, they want to fetch. It's playtime, so you let him play with whatever he wants. So he's going to grab a big stick. Then you take that stick, and when you're about to throw it, he's getting all excited. Don't let him jump up at you. You tell him no. He can get excited and run around in circles. That's fine. But you make sure that when you throw the stick, too, he's watching. You might think, well, my dog sucks. Well, every time you throw the stick, you dumbass, he's in the middle of spinning a circle. He doesn't see where you throw the stick. He's not a psychic. He can't see behind his back. Can you see behind your back? I don't know what's behind my back. Okay? So you let him see what's going on, and then that will train him all this stupid mark stuff. Mark on Expert Village. What, you going to be out there duck hunting and be like, boom, mark, boom, mark, boom. In grass that's 4 feet long, with the ducks floating in a lake that's moving like this? What's this guy talking about? What's this guy talking about, Mark? Mark, mark, mark. Maybe in field trials, but I don't know if you noticed, but they don't, like these real good field trials dogs that are trained, you don't even say mark to them. It's in their blood, man. It's in their blood. You get a dog and it's not in his blood, you got something else coming, man. You don't know what's going on. So that's what we're talking about here. So you get out there and you just start with one stick. You don't even throw 10 sticks. Oh my God, we'll practice that later. You get some frozen ducks, okay? And you've already cut the breasts out of them, okay? And you do that neatly, and then you tie a rope around the duck so it's all neat and tidy, and you freeze 3, 4, 5, 6 ducks. Who cares? 6 ducks, your dog can do it. But you start out with a couple ducks. You tie a rope around them ducks, okay? We'll get into that later, okay? We'll be using white decoys on grass this long. You want to be throwing out real ducks in grass this long, okay? That's what you want to be doing. You throw one in the water, and you throw one over there, and you say, watch. You don't say mark. You're out there field duck hunting, you yelling out mark, mark, mark. That makes no sense. You say watch. That's a natural word for you. You want it to be a perfect flow between you and the dog. By the end of your dog working with me on this video, you and your dog will be speaking the same language, okay? Anyway, so you're out the river, you throw the sticks out there, the dog brings it back, and you mess around. And every time that dog comes back, you get down on your knee, and you let him run around you. He's going to run around. He's going to be proud, maybe. You let him run around, and then he'll come and sit beside you, okay? You let it natural, okay? Comes and sit beside you. You can say come, sit, and don't get mad. Just be calm. And when he gets down beside you, you get kind of a hold of him like that, and you get down on your knee, and you say, good boy or good girl, and you just keep petting them, right? You keep petting them, and you leave that stick in their mouth, okay? And then when you take that stick out of their mouth, just before you take it out of their mouth, you get real close, like nose to nose, and you smell his face. And he's going to smell your face, and you tell him he's a good boy, and you can say, I love you, because he'll feel that energy. Yeah? He knows you love him. He knows. You tell him that you love him, and you take the stick out of his mouth, and he's not going to fight for it. He might even try and get a little bit, but you just put it behind your back, and you just pet him, and you tell him how much you love him. Okay? Then you stand up, then he's going to get all excited again. And then you throw the stick out. And you do this over and over and over and over and over again. And then he will always want to come to you because he loves that connection, that love. He wants that. Okay? You guys, you know, you got to learn your stuff, eh? Anyways, I can only post 10-minute videos, so here's the rest of this stuff. So sticks only. You can pick tennis balls and stuff, or maybe balls, not these bright orange hockey balls. You know, you get something that's the color of your surroundings, okay? So, because he knows the smell of that shit. He knows the smell of his own saliva. He's not a fucking idiot, okay? These dogs aren't stupid, all right? What else do I got here? Got my notes here so I can make sure I got my stuff okay. Yeah, okay. I was going to talk about swimming, but we don't got enough time. So that's the way it goes. And get to know your bird dog nose to nose. That's a big deal. You can do that every day whenever you want. Whenever he comes to you, like I said, you don't, in the house, whenever he comes to you and does what he says, you go nose to nose and you say, good boy. And you can even rub your face on his face, but it might look stupid. But that's the connection. Okay, and that's why a lot of times your kid will be like, come on, Richard, or whatever, and the dog comes running over. And then you get, come here, Richard, and the dog doesn't want to come to you because you never do that to him. He doesn't feel no love from you. You're just an asshole who goes up there and doesn't even hit any birds. So he just looks at you like, what? So last minute, I'm going to talk about another thing. I've seen the best paper dogs out there with these jackasses that can't hit a thing. Okay, and then they go, my dog sucks. And I go, you got papers for your dog? Yeah, I got papers for my dog. Beautiful golden retriever papers, hunt and breed. I go, what's the problem? Well, he doesn't listen to anything I have to say. Okay, and I